Here I am on my first day of getting hooked on meditation. And I had so many different, first of all, I'm really happy for everyone who's chiming in. Please share this meditation, 20 minutes to 30 minutes I'm going to be here. And I was thinking about where to do the very first day of getting hooked on meditation. And I thought, well, our bed is a place where we feel already pretty relaxed, right? So if you're having a hard time with meditation and finding that quiet time in your life and making it a priority, you can literally integrate it into your going to sleep time or when you wake up time, because you're already in that meditative state. So if you want, pretend that you just woke up or that you're going to sleep right now. And if you're at work right now, you can sit at a chair and just lean back. And if not, you're going to lean back on your bed, or you can get on your yoga mat. So when we're in meditative state, we're in a calm and alert state. You're actually using about 90% of your brain. It's amazing. So when we're in beta, when we're in that higher stress response brainwave state, we're only using 10% of our brain. Well, when you meditate, you are on vacation because you're with the most amazing, blissful, peaceful aspect of you. And sometimes people think, well, you know, I try to make time for meditation. So when you live your life from not meditation, no time for meditation, we literally are burning our engine, because our engine is soul. We thrive when we love, when we meditate, when we're quiet in our thoughts, and we get to connect to the oneness that we are. I wanted to show the trees back here, and that's what we are. We're breathing oxygen from those trees out there, and we make CO2 for the trees. So meditation is a time for us to be our most purest form. And that's why I love to talk about sound, because sound is vibration, and we are vibrating molecules of energy mostly. So if you want to start a meditation practice, you can make it really easy on yourself by just integrating it into when you wake up in the morning or when you go to sleep at night. And that way you don't say, oh, you know, I have no time. Well, you're definitely in bed and you can recline and get to know this muscle, the diaphragms. This is what I want us to do today. We're going to focus on the body as the doorway in to the meditative mind, because for some people it's just way too difficult to just focus on the mind quieting. And for the purpose of what I wish to bring also into the world is for people to start thinking of their bodies as the source of spirituality, the source of calmness and peace. Our diaphragm muscle will give us that. All we have to do is strengthen our relationship to it. So your diaphragm is right here. It's a dome-shaped muscle, and it's at the level of where your ribs and abdomen meet. And it's dome-shaped. And for us to get a deep inhalation of our diaphragm, we have to take a very long exhalation first. Isn't that neat? So we need to empty out as much as we can so that then we can inhale a more productive breath with the diaphragm muscle. And what I like to do is incorporate aromatherapy. So I'm using myrrh today, sandalwood, frankincense, and lavender. I put the diffuser on and I've created this delicious smell. So you can use aromatherapy to help your limbic system, your emotional state, to shift more into this calm and peaceful state. And those are the oils that doTERRA recommends for helping yourself get to that more calm and peaceful state. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my open heart oil, that is one of my products, to massage myself here, because our diaphragm is a part of our body where if somebody feels a trauma or they were scared, something happened to them that they didn't want to happen, or they were in an accident, the diaphragm contracts when we feel we are under stress. And for some of us, we've had 2 or 3 babies, so our diaphragm moves up into our thorax when we're pregnant, and sometimes that diaphragm doesn't come back down, and we're living under this chronic stress mode where we're using more of our upper chest to breathe. So when we breathe with our upper chest muscles, like when you're running and you want more air, we are not turning on the relaxation response. So what we want to do is get this muscle to really work. And what I'm going to do today is guide you in a meditation for connection to your diaphragm muscle. And the more you connect to this muscle, the more you're stimulating your relaxation response. So meditation and the whole concept of it, this muscle is your best friend. So how well do you know this muscle? And you want to meditate. So if you want to get much easier into the whole meditation mind, it behooves us to get in touch with this muscle. So if you're sitting in a chair, go ahead and just lean back into the chair. And if not, lay down. If you can lay down, you can get your yoga mat. And what I'm going to do here is guide you so you can close your eyes. If you're sitting in a chair, you can just lean back into the chair and you're going to close your eyes and you can lift your shirt up. You don't have to massage yourself, but the more you touch yourself, the more you're going to feel the experience of touching your diaphragm as opposed to just doing it over your skin. Because we actually have receptors for the love hormone. We have receptors that help to stimulate more of the relaxation response. It's really amazing how our bodies are. Amazing. Okay, so you're going to get your hands over between your ribs and your abdomen. And I like to use massage oil, of course, because it's so yummy. And you can just get coconut oil or any type of oil. And you don't even have to use oil if you don't want to or if you don't have it. You can still benefit from this form of meditation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stroke over the lower ribs right here. And I'm going to close my eyes and take a deep breath out. Remember, we're going to exhale. And you could even do empty out all the oxygen from your lungs as best as you can and hold your breath. So we're going to do this. I just took an exhalation. I'm holding my breath. And when you can't hold anymore, go ahead and inhale. And then you're going to do that again. We're only going to do this a few times. Exhale as much as you can while you're feeling your diaphragm. We're bringing all this awareness to this muscle that is helping to stimulate our relaxation response. Because that's what we want for meditation. Exhaling fully gives your diaphragm an advantage so that it can contract fully when you inhale. When you can't hold any longer, you're going to inhale. Exhale as long as you can. Hold your exhalation, hold it. Hold your breath. Do this about 4 to 6 times. And the muscles that you need to exhale, the transversus abdominis, is a wonderful muscle to get to know because it helps to stabilize your back. It's a deep core muscle. And so my meditation can actually be helping me to create more core stability. See, you get more bang for your buck there. So if you've already done your 4 to 6 breaths, focus more now on touching your diaphragm. It's like a rainbow going from the right side up and around to the left side. So my diaphragm spans the whole center inside of my body. Not sure if you can see this here. So I go from my right, up to my left, and back up. And it's very relaxed when you lay down. When we sit up, we're using the diaphragm as a postural muscle and a respiratory muscle. So this is why if you have never meditated before, you may want to lay down for this. But if you're sitting at a chair, you can just lean back and feel this part of our body. So we're going to keep our hands there now. Just relax your hands And you're going to ask yourself, how do I feel at my diaphragm? Does it feel tense? Does it feel relaxed? How do I feel here? And just notice. Notice how you feel. And you're going to notice without any analysis. There's no need for analysis. It's just a feeling. Does my diaphragm feel tense? Does it feel relaxed? It's getting comfy here. So we get to practice being the witness of our diaphragm. With your hands there, relaxed, feeling yourself breathing. You're not controlling your breath. Just let your breath be spontaneous and automatic. Notice how your ribs and abdomen rise and fall. How there's this expansion and then there's the opposite of expansion. Witnessing, like a video camera, the movement. And as you witness the movement, notice if there's any thoughts. If you do notice any thoughts, exhale a long exhalation. And hold your breath. A long exhalation and hold your breath. And the reason why we do that is because we want the diaphragm to be efficiently contracting inside us. And ideally, you're just laying flat on your back or leaning back in a chair. And let's go back to our diaphragm area here, right where the ribs and the abdomen meet, closing your eyes, being there with yourself without any expectations. You're not trying to control anything. You're simply being there with yourself, with your diaphragm muscle. Allow yourself to breathe in the fullest breath, taking in all that oxygen from all the trees. Hold your breath with minimum effort, feeling expansive, full of oxygen and energy. We're receiving. And then when you can't hold anymore, you're just gonna Now we're focusing on the inhalation, inhaling deeply. Feel the sensations of your ribs expanding as you inhale deeply. Holding your breath once again, feeling the expansion. Minimum effort to hold your breath, relaxing your face and your neck. And then exhale, open your mouth and just let it go. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply. Feeling the fullness. Hold your breath for as long as you can. One more time. And we get to feel the expansion and the relaxation of our ribs, feeling the movement of the diaphragm, this rhythmical movement. When you hold your breath, it's something to give you as a focus, and it also makes you feel fulfilled. And in a day where I notice a lot of us have a challenging time feeling fulfilled, maybe in our life we're not feeling meaning, or we don't feel rich, we don't feel abundant or wealthy because we're so stressed out that we don't take the time to fill ourselves up. What I've come to understand is that the only way for me to feel fulfilled is for me to believe that I'm fulfilled. And it helps me to breathe and fulfill myself with my oxygen, because oxygen is like the most important thing in my life, right? Because without oxygen, I can't breathe. I've made it a relationship, this relationship with my diaphragm, with my breath, that I use throughout my day. And I do this when I sit on the toilet in the bathroom. I do this when I wake up. When I sit in my car, before I turn on my car, I lean back in my car seat, and the driver's seat, and I just breathe. And I be with the breath. And there's a lot of trees where I live, and I am constantly reminded that there's a lot of oxygen for me here. And what a blessing. And this is just something when I'm in the elevator, if I'm waiting in line at Target, I just be conscious of my breaths, and it's a part of my day. So for me, meditation is really my life, and I feel very inspired. I get these messages and downloads of ideas of the next thing, like this came into my awareness a couple days ago. And I don't really think of meditation a lot because I feel my life has a lot of moments that are meditative, so it's not something separate from my life. It's something I integrate into my life. And for example, when I take a shower, I'm always with my eyes closed in the shower, and I'm feeling my body. And I spend a lot of time in the day with my eyes closed, actually, in my work when I'm doing the sound healing. And I don't know where I would be if I didn't, because there's so many stimulation in our modern life, with television and with the computer. And so making these moments where you can be more present of your body and how your body feels, that right away is going to make you go into this theta brainwave state and relax you, because you're not having an opinion about yourself when you witness yourself. You're just observing your sensations. And it's not about analyzing your sensations. It's just about feeling. How do I feel? How does it feel? And then eventually you can breathe out if there's any emotions that come up, because when you meditate, you actually are stimulating oxytocin, the love hormone. And sometimes people, I know for me at least, meditation was hard for me in the beginning because there was so much anger inside me, which was really sadness about things that happened in my life in the past that I was holding, that I didn't want to meditate. I hated the thought of sitting still. And this is where I realized, wow, well, the muscle of meditation is the diaphragm. Parasympathetic nervous system is going to amp up. So why don't I start here? And just intuitively, I felt that it would be important to connect here. And turns out I had a lot of tummy ache, a lot of heartache. This whole part of my body I feel was very contracted, and I would have a lot of tension here in my solar plexus. And I know a lot of people have irritable bowel syndrome or tension in their gut, things going on with their gut, and a lot of times it's because we're very stressed out with our thoughts. And when you do diaphragmatic breathing, it's also connecting you to your heart. And we're going to do more of that tomorrow. So whenever you breathe with your diaphragm, you're actually also expanding your heart, and you're getting more blood flow to your heart and to all the parts of your body. And a lot of times we sit slouched at a computer or we're typing, so we don't get to feel this open chest lifted up. And all of these things that we've done today are going to help you to strengthen your ability to keep your nervous system calm and alert, because we want calm and alert for functioning in our daily life, we a lot of times are running on hyper alert. And this is where we burn out when we do that. So what I'm going to do now is end with a little sound healing. And this is the beautiful sacred geometry flower of life. I love this image. And I invite you to lean back and just close your eyes and witness the sound. Sound is another focus point that we can use in our meditation, and simply feel sound. And if you want, you can sing with me, because singing is another beautiful way to get your attention and use that as a focal point in meditation. That's where we do in yoga a lot of chanting sacred sounds. And so I invite you to allow yourself to make whatever sounds you want. This is great for your throat chakra, and to listen to your voice when you do this in a way of feeling your voice, not just listening with your ears, but taking in your beautiful voice, because the voice is the sound of the soul. Your sound is your signature. Nobody has your voice, it's only you. And this is another way that you can embrace yourself, is just by enjoying your sounds. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me this morning. And please comment down below how you feel right now, and how your diaphragm feels, and whatever other awareness that has come from this time that we spent together. Share with me. Let me know how it benefits you to be a witness, an observer. And I encourage you today, when you sit on the toilet, to just put your hands here and look up and be grateful. I do the looking up because then I get to stretch my neck, because a lot of the things that I do in my day are in front of me. So the bathroom time is the time to breathe. You could take at least 3 breaths in there, 4 or 5, and just breathe and be, and feel yourself and check in. How do I feel? And before you start your engine in your car, lean back and breathe 3 times. And if you're in an elevator, do some conscious breathing as you're going up to the 18th floor. Or if you find yourself waiting in line at Whole Foods, at Publix, at Ralph's, in the market, see that as an advantage that you're in line, that you get to do the conscious breathing. You could even put your hand and check in. We get to develop this beautiful relationship with ourselves, with our body, when we take these moments throughout our day, meditative moments. And then our body gets to relax if we've been creating thoughts that tense us. So this is a way of loving ourselves throughout the day and making time to connect to our soul, to our parts of us that is not our thoughts and not our identity, to the bigger universal consciousness, awareness, the part of us that is our nature, that's our roots. You know, we were created by this mysterious creator that created this whole planet and all the galaxies. And if you think about it, I mean, that is what we are. And it's amazing if you think about that, if you get lost in that. Oh my gosh, it's just how a person can meet someone else and then combine the egg and the sperm and then you make another person. I mean, the whole thing is just so miraculous. And this whole concept of breathing, how I'm breathing to live, what the trees make for me. I think that's fascinating, how the thought that went into creating all that. It's amazing. So anyway, take in your greatness, take in your amazingness, and let me know how this benefits you in the toilet, at Target, in the car. I want to hear about it. I want to know how these things benefit you, because they benefit me so much and my clients. And the more we're doing these little things throughout the day, we're uplifting not only ourselves, but we're uplifting the whole world. Because the more we are peace, the more we're going to attract a more peaceful earth. And it's just going to happen. So may it begin within. And if you feel inspired, please share this video.